We're starting now.
Nope.
That's
Ladies and gentlemen,
not
special
leaving that
guest
in.
star.
Nope.
Sans
No!
under.
Damn it! I wanted
No.
to be Sans.
Okay,
That
Peter
was
Griffin.
horrifying.
In this episode of the Undertale cast, we talk about which character we'd like to marry.
I don't know any of them.
You
Mine
literally
would
give
be
me
Joey
donut.
Bandana,
That's the Italian guy.
Vinny Carwash.
Is Luigi in Undertale?
Yes.
All right,
dead.
Yoshi
I
committed
picked
tax fraud.
Luigi.
No,
I finally got the right character, Donnie.
Yoshi committed tax fraud.
All
That's
right,
why you
welcome
can't
to the
play
Oi
as him.
podcast, not the Undertale podcast, but the Oi podcast.
I'm your host, Sans.
No,
Undertale.
just
I'm your
stop.
co-host, Sans.
Okay, I'm done with the Undertale jokes.
And now we go around the metaphorical table and say our names. My name's Max.
I'm Donnie.
I'm Lucas.
I'm Gnome.
No, that's not the. We weren't saying
You've
it.
been
No
gnome!
one-
I'm
I'm
sorry.
Don't.
Don't.
I'm not a gnome.
That's not even
I'm a
funny.
gnome.
That's such an old meme.
Shut up, Donnie.
I don't even understand. Like, that one's so stupid.
Hey Max, how does it feel like a fucking gnome?
Doesn't feel great, Lucas. I'll be honest with you. it doesn't feel
Everything
great.
hurts. I wake up in the morning and I just think I've been known. How do I go on?
So, I left you with a question last week of why doesn't Tarzan have a beard?
And I wrote it down in
Oh,
the
it's a good-
topics
yeah.
channel because I was just going to say that Tarzan could just be one of those naturally hairless people, like my roommate who gets really upset at me when I have a beard because he's jealous that they can't grow a beard.
Yeah, but
Just do
Yeah.
nice segue to say fuck
See,
you to it.
See, I don't grow beards because they look disgusting on me. Also, because it's just like that short little period where you look like a pedo is just not worth going through for me.
Andy, that's because you'd look like a literal gnome if you grew a beard out.
Yeah, see, that's why I kind of want to do it. Maybe next year for Halloween, I'll be a gnome. But
And
see,
you'll
that's
have
the
to
problem. I
prep
have to get
for
a
months.
job for the summer. I have to get like an important job this summer. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I
Or you
can
could
grow a
just
beard in a
not.
month and I look pretty good.
I'm all I can grow is the pedo stash and the small little like soul patch on the bottom, and it just makes you look like I have restraining
Soul
orders,
patch.
and it makes me look like I'm saying like, dude, don't worry, she'll be 17 in a month.
From the summer.
That kind of shit. That's what it looks
What is
like.
it? It's like that. It's like the thing on r/Tinder. It's like this girl's like messages the guy. It's like, hey, like Hey, it says I'm 18 on here, but I'm actually 17. I'll be 18 in December. When are you free to hang out? And then he responds, I am free in December.
Ugh.
You're not getting me with that one.
Tinder's terrifying.
Me again.
Yeah,
Fool me
well,
once,
make sure to
once.
tune in on NBC for Andy's episode of To Catch a Predator.
Hey, man.
Is he hosting or
he's-
the predator?
No, he's the
I'm
guest. He's
both.
the guest star.
He's the bait.
He's
No,
the
Max,
best
you don't realize
predator.
I'm
The bait.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be the guest star predator. So I'm gonna pull up in the mic and I'm gonna be like, "All right, we're dealing with a tricky one today. He's
Oh,
short,
he-
easy to evade." And then I'll point at myself, be like, "Oh, we found him!"
He blends in at the
Man.
preschool.
Bam, I get a bonus.
Oh my
No,
god!
what you
Wait,
do
I
is
just
you
had a
start-
great idea.
Okay, go.
What if someone in that show, like, knows the show and is getting caught, and then he just like tries to act like he's Chris Hansen, and then he's just like, and then like he just like, as soon as Chris Hansen walks in, he goes, "What are you doing here? Did I?" Like, and then he's just like, "Do you know who I am?" Like, I'm Chris Hansen from Dayline NBC.
He
You're on a
legally changes
you're on
his
a-
name to Chris
you're-
Hansen from
you're on-
NBC.
You're on a television show, and he like starts pointing to like random locations in our apartment. And he's just like, "We got cameras set up. We got the police outside," and he's just like talking to Chris Hansen like he's the predator, and Chris Hansen just doesn't know what to do.
Turns out Chris Hansen's been the predator all along. That's why he knows how to catch
He
him.
just keeps
Chris
blaming
Hansen.
him. Takes one to know one.
Uh,
Should be his new show. No, what you do is you be the new host of it, but you have to be like very short and everything. So you come out and you're simultaneously the bait and So like you're coming out and then like, oh, let me
The
just
bait
grab
and
my
the switch.
yeah. You like, oh, let me just grab my
You're the
whatever,
beat, the
and then
switch,
you
and
come
the
out.
fishing rod.
Then you come out like in a suit
And the
and
sinker.
tied like a
Oh,
full two-piece suit.
Andres is on.
You're
You
just
know
like,
what time it is.
Have you ever
you're just like,
seen?
we need to talk.
You ever seen the
420,
thing
guys.
where
It's 4:20.
uh
Which one?
oh,
Hey, Andreas, what time is it?
What time?
420.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
There it
Mind
is.
you, it's not 4:20 our time is the thing.
No, not at all.
4:20 in the morning in stupid time.
In this stupid Euro trash.
so as I was saying, anyway, you ever seen the thing where somebody like takes like a napkin and they fold it into like a bow tie shape, and they put it on their collar and they're like a businessman, and then they put it on their head and it's like a bow, like and then they talk like
Oh
a
yeah,
lady.
yeah, and they're like
And
doing
then
like the schizophrenia like pantomiming thing.
Yeah, and then they put it on like below their nose, and it's a big old bushy mustache.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. They just do that and be
But
both.
with Chris Hansen.
Yeah, no, but with Chris Hansen, and he's both Chris Hansen and the bait. So he's just like, he puts it on his head and he's just like, I'm a 13-year-old girl. And he puts it on. He puts it on like a bow tie, and he's just like, I'm from Dateline NBC.
He's like standing like on his knees with his shoes on his knees, like, oh, I'm a girl, and then he like immediately stands up. We need to.
And the shoes are still connected to his knees, so they're just like flopping around.
Yeah.
I remember in like 4th grade when people discovered that was a thing, and that was the funniest shit ever. Do you guys remember that? Was that like just me?
No, I remember. It
I
wasn't
remember.
the funniest thing, but it was
It was up there, dude.
top 10.
It's up there with things like the cheese touch. My roommate's cat touched a piece of cheese the other day, and then my roommate goes, "She's got the cheese touch."
The cheese touch.
Cheese touch.
That was like
Okay,
kind of a thing, yeah.
And so then we
cheese.
ran
So
away
that's
from
the
the cat.
Okay, so my mom, since she's a teacher in elementary school, right? She still comes home and she's like, "Oh my god, the cheese touch is still a thing after all these years."
No shit.
Yeah.
It's the
I
age
can't-
group that's reading
Yeah.
those books. Yeah, it makes
I
sense.
can't wait for Andy for you to have like kids, and so her grandkids are talking about that. And she just gets PTSD from when she was an elementary school teacher.
She's like, "Holy shit, I retired for a reason."
You're
then
never
she
too
kills
late
the
to have.
kid.
PTSD flashbacks.
You're never too old to have a 5th grade flashback. There we go.
I have flashbacks to elementary school every once in a while.
I've heard of a lot of people that get flashbacks from college that they wake up in the middle of the night afraid they have a due date they missed or whatever.
It's
See,
never,
I wake
it's
up
never
in the middle of
anything
the
like
night, and
that.
then I go, "Oh fuck it," and then I fall back asleep.
That's something I've heard about. They like either have nightmares that they're still in college, or that they're like way too old
Yeah.
and they're still in college and they
I
don't.
have like it's never a dream, but like just like weird flashbacks where I'll think of something from elementary school. That's what happens to me. Like
That's me constantly.
all of a sudden I'll just be like, remember that one time, and I'll be like, oh fuck. You know, it's just
Well,
like
it's like
it's just
well,
like
see,
an
it's like that thing.
anxiety type thing where it's just like
yeah, no,
I just
'cause
remember embarrassing something and it's just like
Okay,
that's me
that's
constantly.
the thing, Max. I saw it on Reddit. It's something someone said, and they said, "You're always so scared of those like embarrassing moments in elementary school, right?" And you're like, "Oh man, everyone's gonna remember that," but no one remembers it because they're too busy remembering their own embarrassing things.
that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
I
has
Unless
have
it's like
moments-
really bad, like you stood up and shit on the teacher's desk or something. But
Well, like,
if you did that, you're
That's
just,
not bad. That's
got
hilarious.
issues.
I'll tell
You
one of the
win
stories
big monies.
that I think of every once in a while. Not very often, but I just remember this. And I think I've told you guys before maybe, but it was like probably kindergarten, maybe 1st grade, and I was in the gym and we were all lined up and I really had to take a piss. Like I had
You
to
peed
pee.
your pants.
I had to pee so bad. And like all throughout the directions, I was like, just get through this and then you can go to the bathroom or whatever. Like, because I didn't want to be like, get up in the middle of anything. So I was like, just waiting. And then we ended up lining up in front of like the stage at the school and like on the line of the basketball court. And then I just couldn't hold it anymore. and I just peed right down my leg and just left a puddle under me. And I was
Dang.
like, oh God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And in my infinite fucking wisdom as a 6-year-old boy, I
Blamed
turned.
it on Chuck.
No, I
You
turned.
licked it, you fucking gamer?
I
No,
got my
that's
straw
okay.
out. You didn't put the
I
liquid
turned to the girl behind me. I don't remember who it was.
You told me this. I remember this.
Yeah,
now.
and I turned to the girl behind me, and we were like doing something, and I just go, "Don't step in that," and that's what I said. And then maybe a little bit later, I was finally like, "All right, I should probably not be in gym with wet pants and one wet shoe." So I finally went to the teacher, who I didn't like. She made me very uncomfortable, and I was like, I need to go to the nurse. So then my mom had to like come bring me clothes or whatever. But like just that moment just haunts me just because of what I said. I just turned around and just went, don't step right there. Like,
I get those all the time because, like, as you guys know, I got like, it's under control most these days. Not due to medication, due to me, like, understanding how it works. But I just have severe anxiety. And, like, I just get flashbacks to all the embarrassing shit I did throughout my life up until this moment. And I have, like, really severe anxiety attacks, like, in class sometimes. And I just can't do anything about it. And it's really terrifying. Like, and there's things that don't even matter, too. You know,
Just
like
kind of
Max's
stuff you
story.
think about a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know why
did
it
I,
comes into my
did I
head.
eat an odd number of pieces of pasta last night? Oh shit! Oh shit!
No, it's like little stories like Max pissing his pants, you know.
We had this talk. Like nearly all of us had a pissing our pants story. Like I think it was like fourth grade or something too, something like that. Like they were the end of like talking, and we were allowed to start working on stuff. Then I rush and waddle over to the bathroom. Then just as I get to the urinal, I pee my pants, and it was the most like defeating, crushing moment of my entire life.
Holy
Because
crap.
I was
All right,
you're
that
like, I
outside the
didn't-
bathroom.
I didn't pee in this like classroom. I was at the place I was supposed to pee, and it didn't work, and it just hurt. Like
It just physically hurt.
it was supposed to work, and then it didn't. And then I was just kind of there, and I tried grabbing a bunch of paper towels and toilet paper, and I was just there for like a solid 20 minutes until they got my friend Josh to check up. I love you. Thank you for not telling anyone because you were cool about it. And then my mom just drove me home quickly because I lived like literally 5 minutes, and then I was back. And I don't know if anyone even knew about it. They probably did, but who cares?
I probably peed my pants a total of like a dozen times in early elementary school. Like sometimes it was like that where I literally just didn't go to the bathroom and then just pissed myself. But other times it was like laughing way too hard on top of just not going to the bathroom because I'm a fucking idiot kid, and then it just you just piss yourself. Maybe
Have you guys ever been like
probably
about
less
to
than a
fall
dozen.
Have you ever been about to fall asleep and realize like you gotta pee like you feel the urge to pee come on and you're like, you know, I could get up but I'm about to fall asleep and it's feeling pretty good. It's calling me. And so you just take the risk of pissing your pants in the night.
No.
Never.
That happened to me last night.
Never.
I
Dumb.
like had to pee and I was like, I'm just not
Did you
I'm just gonna
lose?
risk it.
Did you gamble?
No,
and
I
lose?
woke up at my normal time. Woke up at 7:43 this morning, and I had to pee severely, but there was no pee in the sheets.
With me, if that happens, I always get up, and it's always my biggest pee ever.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I feel like
You
I
keep breaking your record of large pees.
I just like
by minuscule
of the
amounts, though.
day, maybe, but like not of all time every single time. But like whenever I get up because I need to pee in the night or when I'm about to fall asleep, I always feel like I pissed for way longer than I do for any time during the day. Always.
I can agree with that.
But yeah, y'all ever shit your pants?
I don't think so.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not like so
When I was in like
infant.
I want to say fourth grade, I like shit my pants and like it was because I had like severe diarrhea at the time. And
I
just remember.
I've never straight up shit my pants out of nowhere. It's only ever been a little spurts out when like I'm throwing up or something. That's all.
Yeah, I've had that. I had that when I was younger.
Okay,
It's gross.
so Donnie, I remember a story. I'm not sure if you remember it, but I remember losing my shit laughing at the time. Maybe it was maybe 4th or 5th grade. I don't remember.
All right.
We were
Lay
at
it
the
on me,
urinals.
Papa.
We were at the we were at the urinals across
I know-
from
I know exactly
Mr.
the story.
across
It was
from our
during the
teacher's
power
hall.
outage. Power outage.
and I don't remember
No,
that
I
exactly.
do remember this
And
one.
then-
I do remember this one.
Maybe you do. And then you're pissing. You're like, and for some reason I hear you laugh, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over at you, and you're like, look how high it's going, and you're sticking your dick like straight upwards, pissing up as high as you can in the urinal. And all of a sudden, something gives way, and it fucking shoots up over the top of the urinal. Starts like pissing on the wall on the top of the urinal.
I do remember that.
Dude, fucking kids are stupid.
Jesus.
No, and then there was the no.
I thought you were
okay,
gonna say that he was peeing, like aiming really high up, and then he ended up pissing in his own face. I was
No.
really hoping that's what it was gonna be.
And there were two stories that I actually remembered.
What the woman in the bathroom?
Yeah, there was the woman in the bathroom where you, Renee, and I lost our shit because I went to the bathroom and there was just as I was washing my hands, a woman just comes out of the men's bathroom, starts washing her hands, and I just run back into the class. Guys, there's a lady in the men's bathroom. And then there was the time, Andy, I remember it was during the power outage, and it was in between like lunch or something. So it was 1 million people in the bathroom. And I just remember there were two kids pissing at the urinals, and there was like lines to them. And during the power outage, it's pretty pitch black in there. Because for some reason our elementary school would get power outages all the time. It was crazy. Especially in the winter. But what would happen was, I just remember someone's like, man, I really wish there was a third urinal. And one kid goes, yeah, there's right here, and slaps the wall where there wasn't a urinal. And I thought it was so funny because I thought the kid was actually going to piss on the wall. Turns out he didn't.
Good story.
Thank you and welcome to my
story,
TED Talk.
buddy. Great story, buddy.
Thank you and welcome to our podcast.
Good job, Spud. No,
Welcome to our TEDx
Spud
P
I
episode.
have a fun urinal story of
Whoa, the P episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, oicast.
No,
When-
I'm not complaining. I love this. Please
It-
keep.
Do you like
Uh,
P, Lucas? Yeah, you're a
Yes.
gamer.
also
words
in
in my mouth.
elementary school. It was I went to the bathroom and the principal walked in and started pissing at the
Mis-
urinal next to me.
Mr. Z,
Yeah, Mr. Z.
the legend.
And I just like, it was just the weirdest fucking encounter of my life because he was just like, "Hi, Max," and I was like, why are you talking to me? My
It's the
penis
most
is in my hands."
It's
I'm
the most
peeing.
humbling thing, you just see a man pissing and you're like, you
And
have
then
complete
he knew
power.
he knew I had testing that day, and he's just like, "How'd you do?" And I was like, "I did pretty well." And I like told him my story, my score on the kneecaps, which was like a computerized test.
No, kneecaps were
don't
computerized.
remind me.
NWEAs were computerized.
Sorry, yeah, it was the knee was.
Yeah,
One of
kneecaps
those,
are fucking
yeah.
booklets.
The NEWAs, which are based out of Oregon, but we take them in
Okay,
New
yeah.
England.
Yeah, so we were taking that.
Northwestern.
Yeah, we were taking that, and I got like a really good score on my math one, and I told him what it was, and he was like, "Oh, that's really impressive." And like he was like, at that point, like I had already washed my hands and was trying to leave, but he was like still talking to me. I was like, and he was like washing his hands, and I was like, "This is the weirdest interaction I've ever had in my entire life with another human being."
No, that was like me the other day. So I got two P stories from college now. So one was I forget what I was doing. Oh, I was getting food somewhere
there
on
people-
campus.
Shotgunning PBR in the shower,
No, that didn't happen.
because
It
that's
doesn't
because
happen in
that's my
every-
only college bathroom story.
Yeah, I know.
That was last year for me, except
Yeah,
there were
that-
4 locos.
That was living in dorms. But no, so I was in so like here at Rochester Institute of Nerds, in our
Rochester Institute of fucking memes.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I mean,
God
so I was getting a sandwich from a place called the Control Alt Deli. Yeah, I know.
Losh.
It's
Ugh.
right next to my academic department's offices. And so I'm in there peeing, and my professor, who class I just had, comes in and he looks at me and gives me like the bro nod. He was like, "Hey man," and I was like, "Yo, Carlos," and it was the coolest interaction of my life. Anyway, what was my other college peeing story? Oh, this was like 2 days ago. It was Friday because we had a guest speaker in one of my classes, and I was like really excited about it because they said it was gonna be really cool. And I was gonna learn all about how they make glass and shit. At the industrial level, because that's what I study.
So,
And
peanut
anyway,
balls.
so I go into the classroom, like I put my bag down. I was like, all right, I gotta go pee. So I run and pee, and I get to the bathroom, and the custodian's in there, just cleaning some shit up. And after I'm done peeing, I start washing my hands. He looks at me and starts talking to me, and I'm like, hey man, what's up? And we start talking, and then he starts going into deep philosophical life advice about how I should be happy and I shouldn't be doing college work for my parents. I should be doing what I want to do, not what they want to do. This goes on for a solid 7 minutes. And like I was just like I just like check my watch just to see what time it is. He's like, I'm not trying to keep you. I'm like, no, I know, I understand.
Hey,
He's like,
Donnie,
yeah.
that bathroom hasn't worked in 7 years. There is no janitor on that floor.
No, I see him. I see him all the time, and no one else does. No.
That's Donnie's special bathroom. He goes in there with a special powder.
Okay, no, this is a weird bathroom though, because you know how on a urinal the handle's usually on the side, right? So you push it down. These ones are coming straight at you, so they like almost touch your nose when you're peeing.
They can impale you.
That's awesome. That's fucking funny.
I gotta go to that building tomorrow anyway, so I'll take a picture of it.
Let me think if this reminds me. Okay, so
like you could just. But yeah, it was really weird and uncomfortable. I came in late and I felt like a doofus because I was like that one kid who like comes in late to a guest speaker and like, wow, I'm disrespectful.
Look at
That's so
me.
funny.
okay, you know what the worst is? When you
Being naked in class.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
No, when you're pissing at a urinal, right, and you're done, you walk away, and you're waiting for it to flush, and it doesn't flush, and someone else walks up after you, and you're like, oh shit, this is awkward. Like they're just staring at my piss.
I hate when automatic toilets flush when you don't want them to flush yet, and it just like startles
the worst
you. And you're just
like
like, what?
Yeah, automatic toilet, you lean forward just a little bit, and it goes off, and you're like, you're afraid you're gonna get
Like,
stuck.
Yeah.
my foot and it'll, like,
Well, I'm
flush
not-
them.
If you're one of those people who stands all the way up to wipe their ass,
Disgusting. Who does that?
multiple
It's me or
people in the world, like that's a thing.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, but why would you stand up? In what
I
world?
don't know.
What if
I
you're
think-
reaching your
okay.
arm down and it
So-
goes in the toilet water?
Maybe it's the
You
type
drink
of
it.
maybe it's the type of toilet. So I'm not sure, Donnie. I'm not sure if you noticed. The toilets here at our apartments are tiny. They're very like not shallow, but like they're not
They're not-
ovular and long.
They're not that big.
They're
No.
like circular. And it's a little upsetting.
I don't like circular toilets.
Like yeah, it's
My
like in
grandma
Europe.
has
I
those.
feel like people stand in Europe because European toilets are very small.
You know what's the most uncomfortable thing ever? Cushioned toilet seats.
They are weird.
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
weird
Especially if you have to use the bathroom after someone. It feels
because they're warm.
horrible.
That's the
Like
worst.
porcelain gets warm, but like a cushioned one, like that's so gross.
I like the feeling of just a nice cold toilet seat on my ass, you know? Like
Porcelain works. Like when there's like cloth or anything there, it feels weird. Like what if you get poopy or pee on it? It's not gonna go off.
Poo poo pee pee.
Yeah, exactly.
Pee poo poo hours.
I've been
Okay.
searching for a good segue out of this conversation for
Yeah,
the
I was about
past
to say,
3
can we
minutes.
stop talking
Uh,
about
But
what
nothing
would you-
has come
Look,
up
I've-
to lead me
I've-
into talking
I've
about
got
something,
one.
and I've wanted
You
to
know-
pivot it to a really like dumb subject.
Oh,
Uh,
Max, I got it.
no.
Duke Ellington was here the other day.
Speaking
good.
of Duke Ellington, he's black.
Actually,
Speaking of
what?
black people,
Okay.
they were slaves.
All right,
Speaking
never
of
mind.
slaves, the Civil War happened. Do you want to know why the Civil War happened?
Cotton gin.
The fucking cotton gin. What
Uh-huh.
the
Never
fuck?
mind.
All right, literally having slaves was not profitable. And then some dumbass was like, "Here's the cotton gin," and then suddenly a slave could make like pounds of cotton a day instead of like 1 pound they could maybe process. And they weren't profitable, but then the cotton gin came along, and then slaves were good again, or not good, but
Well,
like
no.
profitable.
Slave
Slaves-
metal.
Slaves were good
Well, no,
again.
no, no.
Max two
No,
days.
That's not what I.
No,
You know what I meant.
No, but
That's when Earth
slaves
became the
picked
slave
it most
meta.
of the time.
Say that again, Andy.
Slaves mostly did. Most of the slaves were for picking the cotton, not milling it into fabric.
No, but that's
No,
the
they
thing.
had
It's
to.
like,
They had to pick it. They had to pick out like the cotton from the like plant,
That's what the gin
Oh,
did.
and that's
I
what
see
the.
you're saying.
And so they had to do
Okay,
that.
I gotcha.
So then the cotton
gotcha.
gin came along and made that process way quicker because you could just load a bunch in and turn the crank and it would do it for you rather than sitting there by hand. So you could make like 10 pounds versus like the 1 pound you could make.
You could
Yeah,
do.
you
could
could
do it
shop
in a
at
day.
5 or 6 stores,
Yeah.
or just one.
Or just
So
one.
I learned that, and I was just looking at stuff. I was watching a few videos on the Civil War, and I was like, "That's so fucking dumb. That's so shitty." Like, imagine like today, like something really shitty, almost coming to an end, but then Apple comes out with the new iPhone, and then it's just like on full force and even more profitable than ever. But everyone's like, "That's really shitty." And then there's like it's such a weird thing. It's just like one stupid crank that just pulled cotton apart. Fucking it's stupid.
Max, one stupid crank launched Soldier Boy's career.
That's
Okay.
true. Soldier Boy, tell him.
SoldierBoyTellHim.com.
So
best
speaking
album.
of cotton is soft, and you know what else is soft? Goose feathers.
Geese.
What's the fucking thing with the geese?
So I was on the bus to school today because I ride the school bus, from my apartment to the school, and it passes by this little pond area, and all of a sudden I see there's like an island with a big tree on it, dead tree, and I see a bunch of geese around the whole island. Like I'm talking like 100 geese are in this pond.
Gooses.
Grouse.
No.
And
that's-
anyway,
no, that's a
and then
measurement.
I look. Okay. And so I see the
Grouse.
geese, and all of a sudden I look up in the tree, and there's a fucking bald eagle, and just the geese are like worshiping the eagle. It
That's
looked like a
dope.
congregation. It was like Hitler or some
It's a
shit.
cult.
Speaking of congregation, you know what I just thought of? Holy fuck! I don't
You
think I've
thought
ever.
of toothpaste, didn't
I don't
you?
think. Okay, I don't know. I shouldn't have.
He
sworn.
lost his
I
train of thought.
apologize.
That was his Russian sleeper agent.
Okay. Yeah, no, you just said my trigger word. I need to like
Toothpaste?
yeah.
I need it now.
So okay. So speaking of congregation, conjugation. You know, I love foreign languages. I hate them so much. I'm really bad at them. But anyway, I was driving with my girlfriend
car?
one day. My ex-girlfriend. Anyway, and we were going past a bridge on a river, and I looked down in the river and I saw just a bunch of people in white, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was like an alarming amount of people all wearing white. Okay, so I go, my first thought is, what the fuck is that? The Ku Klux Klan? But like, because honestly, I wouldn't put it past the people in this town. But and it's like broad daylight, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? So we turn around immediately and drive back and forth, and we tried desperately to get a picture, but we didn't want to stop and take a picture and be like creepy about it. But we couldn't really get a good one. But I figured out what it was, and it was like people being like baptized in the river or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I
Oh
was gonna
yeah,
say,
that's
was
a
it baptism?
thing. Yeah.
That's
And-
interesting.
But it was like so alarming to just see a bunch of people just standing in the river. Like, you ever played BioShock Infinite?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, where they're being baptized. Yeah.
You know how there's just like a bunch of people just standing there, and it's like kind of eerie. Like it was like that, but like probably 25 people standing like on the like riverbed, and then people in the river, probably like 10 to 15 people, and like they're all like wearing like white, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, that's
Isn't it-
my story. That was my sleeper cell. You just triggered that in my mind.
For some reason, I'm on Twitter right now, and I just see Lost by Lost Gang. So you guys remember 2x2 Gang for water sources? This one is just water sources made out of loss,
Good.
like the meme.
Okay, so I saw another one earlier. It was 7x5 water gang. It's a Twitter account. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, there's
God.
all these Twitter accounts. Like there's 2x3 Gang, Lost by Lost Gang, 1x1 Gang,
1x1 gang.
What does Lost
50
by
by
Lost
1,
Gang look
50
like,
by
though?
1 Gang, 1x4 Gang, Overthrow 0x0 Gang.
Lost would be 1x3 and 1x3, and then like
It's what
No,
is it?
wait.
Oh
I
no!
mean,
Oh no! Oh no!
then
here
it'd
it
be
is.
like
Se-
1x2
7x3
and
gang.
then 1x3.
7x3.
Then 1x3 and 1x3. 1x3 and then a 3x1.
7x3 gang.
We
That's so
love Minecraft.
stupid. I love it.
Oddly specific.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow all of
I'm
them.
so I
Can't
know
be a
I
part of
was a
this
proud
gang.
supporter of the 2x2 gang in the past, but
Don't say it.
I had to leave because
Heretic.
I realized how
2x3 gang,
unrealistic it was, you know?
Heretic.
And it's not like everything about Minecraft is unrealistic, so I wanted to keep it.
No, it's not though.
Don't tell
the
that to
only-
Andreas.
The only
He'll get triggered.
the only thing that's unrealistic about it was the water sources and having infinite water. So now I always go to the ocean to fill up my buckets because it's really hard to lower the level of the ocean, but for some reason, if you just have a 2x2 water source, you have unlimited water, and I can't get behind that. That's just not realistic.
It's like that chocolate bar trick
do
that
that.
went viral a while
Oh
ago.
yeah.
Oh, that
Dude,
one where
infinite
they
chocolate.
just increased the size.
Yeah, where you. I hate that so much.
Why do you
Infinite
hate it?
chocolate.
Why do you hate
Because-
it?
Chocolate.
Because people don't understand how conservation of mass works.
No, it's fine. It's
You-
infinite chocolate. It's
Well,
the same
okay,
size as it
Donnie, the
was.
people-
Yeah, for
people
sure.
that like-
Definitely. Hold it up to a normal sized chocolate bar.
Donnie, I don't think the people that like that care.
Well, you must be funny, please. I'm doing that voice a lot. Today. I'm doing that voice a lot. Wow.
Okay, well, speaking of triggering Andreas in Minecraft, so just so you guys know, Andreas really likes Minecraft. He gets really upset whenever I send pictures of round logs in Minecraft, like mods that have it.
It's so
Minecraft.
There was like one with like a realistic hill, and he was like, "Fuck you, dude."
He will literally leave Oi. Like
Yeah.
He'll leave the
he'll
group
leave
chat.
the group chat and we have to add him back.
No, the other night when he left, I said-
and now
I just
no,
messaged
now
him,
you
I
just
go-
threaten to do it. You don't even do it sometimes. You're just like, don't make me. Don't make me do it. And then he's like, all right, fine, I'll stop.
You could like prevent a blackmailing, like you'd be like, I'll share pictures of you and this and your sister, and you'll be like, I'll send it, and you'd be like, okay, never mind, I won't do it.
What does he say? Oh, he's like, do you think I could get a wither to glory hole me in Minecraft?
Oh wait, yeah.
And then he says,
That-
if I make glory hole of obsidian, will they kiss the dick or not? And I just said, Andreas, how many
No.
Minecraft sex streams do you have a week? And he goes, it's not my fault. You can't give me the spare account.
I
Go
forget.
Minecraft shaming me. Seriously, that's not cool. Anyone agree with me here? And then I just sent a picture of a log cabin in Minecraft made out of round logs, and he just instantly left. I'll send
Hold on,
this
I
screenshot.
I need to find the one I was thinking of before. There was something about he was used. We weren't even talking about Minecraft. We were just talking about other stuff, and he was saying like, "Oh yeah, it was like hot like the Nether or something, or like
No,
the angry like
angry like a wither.
yeah."
No, yeah,
It was-
no, no. What
Imagine
is
if you found an 11 out of 10 girl with oranges for tits and a dick for a pussy, and she's angry like a wither.
Yeah,
That's the exact
So
goal.
none of us
good.
had instigated anything about Minecraft. He was like, "Dude, what if she was like a wither, like on?"
Also, we've mentioned it before, but Donnie just like fucks with people on Twitter, and he'll often promote the podcast, which is
Tinder,
funny.
not Twitter.
On Tinder. Sorry, look, misspoke twice. But today you sent a screenshot of someone, and then you said, "What pickup line do I use?" Because they said I rate pickup lines. Did you end up saying that?
I haven't messaged her yet.
Oh, okay.
So, because I got some good pickup lines. So, there's the Minecraft one. It's, hey, I'm starting a Minecraft server. You in? And then they usually say no unless they're weird, and then they say yes. But if they say no, you go, listen here. If you don't play the craft, you can't get the shaft. I may have said that in the last podcast. Anyway, to
you said
reiterate
it a
that.
few ago,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then also, there's the other good one that I love, which is, how's it go? It goes, hey, so what do you call that thing on the front of a boat that they use to go through frozen waters?
An icebreaker.
Yeah, and so, but the thing is, most times they're like, I don't know. And I go, an icebreaker. Hi, I'm Noah.
So stupid.
That's
It's
so,
so
dumb.
fucking
Okay,
good, though.
okay, no, but here's the thing. Okay, you don't
Here's
want
the
you
deal.
don't even want to
I'll
waste your
slip and slide
time.
on this banana peel.
No, hold on. You don't even
I
want to
swear to
waste
God.
your time on a woman who does not know what an icebreaker is on the front of a ship. Come on.
Max,
Girl,
I've given up on
no.
dating in college.
I've given up.
Okay, do you realize how hard it is to date as a devout straight edge in college?
What the what? Okay, continue.
Straight.
You know what a straight edge is, right?
Oh yeah. Explain it though for our boys and girls.
Okay.
Don't drink,
Basically,
don't smoke.
It's when he sharpens his blade so nice.
It's when he sticks his dick in a
It's
pencil
not
sharpener.
curved.
No,
Gets
it's
his-
yes.
unsheaths his katana.
No, it's from
Oh,
punk. It's from the punk scene. It's from like the punk
Yeah.
scene. But it's basically don't drink, don't smoke, no excessive sex. I mean, the last part's just kind of like the really hardcore ones. I'm not that hardcore. I just don't drink and do drugs.
Okay, he does have sex just with his hands.
Yeah,
Let's be fair.
it's no nut November though.
It's also no
Yeah.
shave November. How are you doing?
What? It's been 6 days since I shaved. I'm pretty scruffy. You know.
It's been since. No, not since the last podcast. No, it is. Yeah, because we recorded on Wednesday.
Since the last one was uploaded, yeah. I mean, like, it's very visible at this point.
Because I remember, I think we recorded and then we were still in Discord, and then you're like, I'm gonna go shave because it's almost midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. It was 11:50, like 7 or something, and I shaved. Yeah, because we recorded on Wednesday last week.
And that's when we had the conversation of, like, could you have shaved even after midnight? Because you really, like, yeah, it's November 1st, but it's still today, so it's still. We had that whole conversation because there's always
That's like that.
there's always the kid at the sleepover that says it's tomorrow now. Yeah,
What was the?
I like
It's actually
I like
the
John
fun-
Mulaney's bit about that because he's just like, get your inhaler or get your EpiPen and get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
It's good. I love it.
It's like, for some reason, that reminds me of a stand-up joke I wrote out earlier.
Because he's
Like
a
the right
stand-up
stand-up?
comedian that usually reminds you.
But anyway, so what was it? I was talking about how here at RIT, the lead singer from Survivor, the original one, his son goes here, and I guess
I think
for homecoming weekend, he like performed, like did like a little performance. I saw a tweet, and he looks exactly the same as he did in like 1986.
Yeah, that's insane.
And so I just imagine him still relishing in the fact that he had that one hit song back then. And so like you're like, you know, you're like 8 or 9, and you're like having a bunch of friends over, you're all hanging out, and your dad starts bumping to like Eye of the Tiger just on repeat. And like 8 and 9-year-olds just get fucking pumped to that music. You like, you know, and they're like, oh man, this is a good song. And he's like, yeah, it is. You want to know who's singing it? This guy. And then you go through your whole life with all your friends, and your dad's a fucking badass because he's just relishing in the fact that he sang one song in 1986, graduate high school with no friends. That's what I imagine it being like.
Johnny, I
You
think
No,
know,
he had friends because he was rich. All right.
No,
So
that's
speaking-
what it's like
Oh, yeah.
growing up with a one-hit wonder. And
So
that's what I call
okay.
the Eye of the Tiger.
Speaking of him looking like he did in 1986, you guys ever watch The Price is Right?
With Drew Carey, hell yeah.
How old do you think Drew Carey is?
He's like 78.
No, he's 60.
Is he really?
Yeah.
What?
But he doesn't look 60. It's like, I want to look like that when I'm 60. Like, he looks like very youthful.
Well, that's why I
for 60.
highballed it, because I was like, it's definitely lower than, or it's definitely like a higher number than I expect it to be.
Yeah, he looks like very
He's
young
60
for
on the dot.
60.
He's very exuberant. He's a good person.
I like when he has his like little soul patch because I think it's funny looking.
Yeah. I like the pictures of him that like first come up on Google where he's like looking up and his neck's kind of in a little bit. It's like someone's tickling his neck. He's like, you stop it. You guys see that?
Like when the neck of a water bottle is like crushed.
It's like
Yeah.
like that. Stop it. It tickles.
It does look like somebody's tickling him out of the frame.
Yeah. He was in the Marines.
I remember
Okay.
when Bob Barker punched Adam Sandler in the face.
No.
You've never seen Happy Gilmore?
Oh, okay. Yes, I have. I wasn't thinking of it like that.
Gosh. Get your shit
Oh.
together.
Speaking of Happy Gilmore, the Gunna Yak Broomall team, we won our first game of the season last night, baby. Mind you, it was the last game of the season, but who cares?
Yeah, but that
We
means it
still
was the
won.
championship, so that means you won this year.
No, there's championships afterwards.
No, sir. This was the last game, so you can say it's a championship, and you won.
He was making you seem better than you are.
Okay, anyway.
Whisper!
This is our horror game ambient sound.
Anyway, whenever kids would like launch the ball across the rink, I would just go, "Yo, Happy Gilmore!" They'd laugh. It was funny. It was a good season though. Broomball, great sport. We won.
Okay,
4-0.
so speaking of The Price is Right, I watched a video, and this is why I heard of Drew Carey, that's his name, right? Being
Yes.
60 years old. Is because I was watching this video about how they like choose the people that are on the show or whatever. And like you literally just show up and
In a costume.
and then there's like an interview process, and like the producer who he said he's literally interviewed over 60,000 people in his life, which that's a ridiculous amount. It's so crazy. But everyone like lines up, and then he just like goes down the line and starts talking to people and like tries to like see what their energy is and see if their like energy lasts or whatever. And then so he chooses who will be called up to actually play. Yeah. But it's like I've always noticed that literally everyone that's ever been on that show when I watch it, which I don't watch it often because I don't really care about watching.
Daytime television is terrifying.
Yeah, I don't really care about watching game shows. But like, unless it's like trivia stuff, because that stuff's fun. Like every once in a while.
millionaire?
But because when people are bad at it, it's fun to yell, like, be like, "Haha, you're a dumbass." And then like when people are really good at it, you're like, "Wow, well, how do you know everything?"
Nerd.
But
Big stinker.
I have always noticed whenever I watch that show that everyone that's ever playing it is always like way too excited about everything. But now I know that like it's not random. Like they literally choose the people who are way too excited.
I should go on that show because I'm really good at being excited.
Okay, so have you seen the episode of Price is Right with
No.
There are reruns?
Bill Gates?
No.
No.
Oh my, yeah. Oh wait, actually, I think I saw a clip. Doesn't he like not have any concept of money?
Yeah, it's funny. Like it's funny because at the beginning they're like, "All right, how much is a can of baked beans?" He's like, $10, and everyone's like, "No." And he's like, "Lower? Okay, it's $5." And they're like, "No."
Oh.
And then at the
Is
end,
it the Ellen one? Is it the Ellen clip?
oh no, you're right. It might have been the Ellen clip.
Yeah, it's something
I
like
just
that.
found it.
Sorry. Yeah, and then so I don't remember. And then eventually he's like, "All right, stuff's lower, right?" And then they say something like milk, and like, "How much is milk?" And
It's like
it might not
50
have been milk.
cents.
I don't remember. Yeah, and he's like 50 cents, and they're like higher, and he's like, "What is the prices?" I don't understand.
He
this.
literally has no concept of what money is because if he wants something, he has enough. You know, and
He's
he
literally
doesn't have to
snap his
look.
fingers
Don't
and
worry about it.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'm not too good with prices with most things, but like it's not like somebody shows me like a carrot and is like, "How much is this?" And I'm like, "I don't know, like $6." You know, like because at that point, in his mind, if they say how much is a can of baked beans, he's saying how much would I think I would pay for that. So he's like totally willing to pay $10.
Yeah, he's getting like the high class.
Yeah, exactly. Like
big
he's
boy,
totally
rare
willing to
and
spend that
dangerous.
much.
He said $5 for rice aroni. I'm watching the clip right now.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
it's
like
the one, right?
isn't that like 70 cents?
$1.
Yeah.
Yeah, restaurant is super cheap. Yeah.
He said, "I'll take 5."
He's a weird guy. You ever seen the video of him that's kind of old, but the interviewer's like, "So I've heard that you can jump over that chair from a standing position," and he's like, "Yeah, you want to see?" And then he just fucking stands up. He's so awkward. He's just fucking wearing a sweater or some shit. You know, he just like looks weird. And then
He's like
he's just
so
like,
excited.
"I'm gonna cheat a little bit," and then he like takes like a running start and jumps over a chair. And then the interview lady's like, "Oh yes, oh my god." It's so fucking ridiculous. I love it.
He said $10 for Tide Pods, which are 20.
Dude,
dental floss. All
he
right.
hasn't done laundry
Dental dams.
since
Dental floss.
1975.
No, okay.
How much do you
I
say
feel
for
like he
dental floss?
might still. I
He,
feel like
he
might
doesn't
still
even
do it.
he doesn't even clean the clothes that he owns. He just puts them in his fireplace and
Look how
goes
barely
buys
he's
new
opened
ones.
his eyes.
Because
Okay.
it's cheaper.
Dude,
that
he
way.
got dental floss pretty close. He said $4 and it's $3.78.
He's getting better.
Look,
Yeah.
he could be a middle
Okay,
class.
certain things I feel like he. Okay, he definitely still does certain things. I feel like he does his own laundry, just
No.
because, like, or at least his
No.
wife does, or something.
All right,
Maybe his
$22
wife,
for
yeah.
Totino's pizza
Yeah.
rolls.
I don't think.
I don't think he does his own
yeah.
laundry.
No,
Oh, he changed it to
he prefers to do his. I mean, hell, when I'm at home, I don't even do my own laundry. Come on, my mom does it, and I'm like, hell yeah, mom, you're the best. Because I don't have to do my laundry now.
See, I end up doing my own because, like, sometimes my jeans get mixed in, and I don't really like washing my jeans, and
You don't like
So, yeah.
washing your jeans?
they're not supposed to. Lucas knows this.
Yeah, you gotta like cold wash them and then dry them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max, they're dumb. They're autistic.
Okay,
Lucas and I
no.
are certified.
We're cool.
Okay, but what you're saying is you don't like washing your jeans with everything else.
I don't.
You like
I
washing
generally
it
don't
a
wa- I don't-
certain way.
I don't
Wash
wash my
different.
jeans unless they are visibly dirty.
Okay. Well, then I need to wash my jeans every time I wear them because, like, my jeans get visibly dirty.
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
don't. I wash mine maybe after 3 or 4 uses.
They say to
like
spot
I
clean
smell
if
them and
anything.
make sure, and
Like, I feel like
I make sure they're not
well,
stained.
no,
Yeah,
I
they
I like I
smell like-
rewear jeans, but I feel like I can't go long without them getting something on them. But that's probably just me being
Well, it's because they're wearable napkins. So
being either like a messy fuck or just doing messy things.
boneless shoes.
Yeah.
Like I have 2 pairs of jeans in my hamper right now, probably, and they're just like covered in Brasso. Oh, we're at 47 minutes. We should be wrapping it up.
Yeah. So music stuff. So I said Ibiz earlier because 1612. So I was wearing my Wolfpack sweatshirt today. It's in the plastics lab when I was doing plastics testing. And Max, you might remember when I had the reading on when I was testing plastics that
Yeah.
came out to 1612.
Yep.
And one of the girls in my lab was like, "Hey, I like Wolfpack," and I'm like, "Cool." She's like, "I actually found out about it because of that one lab, and the reading came out to be 1612." And the lab tech goes, "Oh man, that's a great song." And then she's like, "I looked it up, and now I'm really into Wolfpack." And so I thought that was cool.
Is she cute?
Good.
Yeah, she has a boyfriend.
Ah, rip.
She's my mate. Yeah.
Rip
But
around.
anyway, so album of the week, I'm going with. I mean, we've mentioned Steely Dan multiple times on this playlist.
Wait, no, but next time you talk to her about Wolfpack, just be like, you want to see my vinyl collection?
Well, I told her I was like, I have so much Wolfpack, it's not funny.
There you go.
Anyway, album of the week. We've talked about Steely Dan a bunch. I'm not recommending a Steely Dan album. I'm recommending Walter Becker's first solo album, 11 tracks of whack. Whoa, the lesser known of the solo albums. Shouldn't say two because Don't Fake had a couple and so T. It's really cool because it's like Steely Dan if it was edgy, and like he's got a lot of different things. And the best part is it's called 11 tracks of whack, but there's actually 12 tracks because it includes the bonus track that was released
That's-
only in Japan called Little Kawaii.
Yo, man, that's whack.
Yeah. Anyway, some good songs on it. Down in the Bottom leadoff track, pretty good. What else is there? Girlfriend. It's got kind of like a Hall & Oates-y, like edgy vibe. And like Walter Becker doesn't have that like the voice you expect. He kind of got that kind of voice. Kind of sounds like that.
Great impression.
But Girlfriend, yeah, it's not that good of an impression. Girlfriend, at the end, there's some guy shredding on a bass clarinet. Like, it's a crazy solo. I'm a bass clarinet, so, like, it was crazy for me. But it's really cool. Other good songs like Book of Liars and Lucky Henry, Hard Up Case, those are all, like, right in the middle of it. It's just a good thing. It's like edgy Steely Dan. What more could you ask for? I don't know. One junkie girl on it is explicit, fun fact, because he says the F word.
No,
Lucas,
no,
Lucas,
please
control
no.
yourself.
God, you guys should have warned me about that. Please.
I didn't even say the full word.
You implied it, and I think that's all it we really.
Did you happen to? This is just an honest question. Did you happen to listen to the one that I sent you?
Sierra Hull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
pretty
liked
cool,
it.
right?
It's just like soft and pretty and soothing. Like
Yeah,
I had it
it's
on
like
in the
it's
background
super
while I was
like
just like
chill.
yeah, I had
like
it on while I was just
bluegrassy.
doing stuff around my room. Yeah, it was like bluegrass. 'Cause it's like what? It's mandolin, her, and a bass.
Yep, that's all it is.
Yeah, it's really good.
And
I liked it.
so
She just has a nice, soft, soothing voice.
yeah, and then I was listening to some Bela Fleck, and Bela Fleck actually I found out is actually married to Abigail Washburn, I believe her name is. That's his wife, and
that?
she's also a banjo player. So they have a few albums together, him and his wife. Yeah, Abigail Washburn. And those are really cool. And she sings, and it's just like two banjos, and they play different style of banjo. He plays 3-finger and she plays clawhammer, which was cool. And then I was listening to a bunch of Bela Fleck, and then I started listening to some Edgar Meyer stuff, who's a bassist who has done some stuff with Bela, and then Chris Thile is another mandolin player. And then so Chris Thile and Edgar Meyer did a album called Bass and Mandolin, and it's
cool.
and it's like it's all instrumental from what I've listened to so far, which is cool.
That's really nice. Yeah, no, I liked it. It was different. I
It's
liked to always
different,
listen
yeah.
to.
I'll link
Yeah.
you something after this, but I want to talk about it. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's it for this episode of the White Podcast. Do we have any
Bye,
other
everybody.
closing notes?
Bye.
Daughter's album was scary.
What?
There was nothing.
The Daughters album?
Yeah, I was trying to fit in a joke saying, "Oh yes, like a real nice cozy album." Yeah, like the Daughters.
Yeah,
They
Daughters
are-
Got It 10 by Anthony Fantano.
Yeah, I got a 10, and I'm in a really weird place because I really like it, but it's really uncomfortable, and I can't stop listening to it. It's like an abusive relationship. I don't know.
Well, with
Okay.
that, we leave you with the question.
Should Lucas seek medical attention for being abused by music?
Do it really
it.
be
That's
like
the
that
one.
after all?
That's the question. We ask that at the end of every episode.
That's the one. We've never not asked that.
Yep. We've always asked it, along with what color toothpaste do you use?
Why is it green?
Honestly, I don't even. Is it? I think mine's blue.
Mine's green.
I think it's blue.
It's red.
Mine's white.
Max, if you don't know the
Lucas,
color,
that's not
like,
toothpaste.
Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah,
blue.
it's pee.
All right, we're done. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye,
Bye.
Andy. You didn't
Have
say.
fun.
You didn't say goodbye yet.
I said goodbye. God.
You said have fun.
And you just use
Yeah,
the Lord's
same
name in
thing.
vain? I don't think so.
Say
Go play in
goodbye
traffic.
like you
Please
mean
end
it.
Please end the
Go
podcast.
play in
I'm going
traffic,
to start
kids.
crying. Please go end the pot. Please.
Goodbye, son. I'll never see you again. I'm gonna buy cigarettes now.
I'm literally shaking. Please end the podcast right